the teen brain isn't a broken or defective adult brain. It's a very good teen brain. But because of evolution, it has different features. And one of them, it's much more geared toward the here and now, in terms of not so worried about what might happen in 10 or 20 or 30 years. There's increased sensation seeking and risk taking. That also was useful to us in the evolutionary past. And there's a pull away from parents toward peers. So a lot of what our work has tried to show is that the teens are very, very capable of many things. And it's such a time of the brain's ability to adapt and change that the upside is enormous if we can harness this for education. This is an incredible gusher of information pouring into the teen brain from all these different sources. Fortunately for us humans, the teen brain is really good at adapting to new challenges as an environment, but there are limitations. What we'd like to do is to understand the good and the bad of that. And that's where the brain imaging machines around us come in. We're trying to see what effects, for good and for ill, these information overload or information opportunities are having on the developing teen brain. So much of the face-to-face is a really subtle timing, eye contact, the millisecond type of pauses and stops and starts, and that's missing now. In terms of with the digital devices and texting, you don't get the richness of human-to-human interaction. On the other hand, you can do more of it with the digital devices. You can have 800 Facebook friends, or and so there's a big debate on whether there's actually more or less social. What seems to happen is that whatever way the teens are leaning, it sort of exaggerates that. So if a girl tends to be sort of outgoing and social and likes, and then with the technology she can do it way more than she might have otherwise. It'd be somewhat stereotypical, but then if a boy is sort of more on the shy side, and so he can disappear into the basement for the whole weekend with the games and be fine with that. Another sort of key question in terms of a generational difference might be we think that anything that's not deep and reflective and slow in a sense is a waste of time. And the whole issue of immediacy is a big difference. That adolescents they demand immediacy and they can get it. But is that a good or bad thing? I think it's unclear. There's no evidence that college students are getting any less clever, any less productive. Everything seems to be actually in the other direction in terms of so it'll be interesting to see over time whether it becomes this trade-off of that you can't zero in when you want to. Almost everyone agrees that with multitasking, there is a task to multitasking, that you can't do many things at the